In the last video, we looked at how we can calculate entropy and information gain. What we're going to discuss now is how these can be used in machine learning algorithms. So remember our data set, and we want to know when we get a new loan application, can we predict whether they are going to default or not default on their loan, and so decide whether their loan is to be approved or rejected. So the column that we want to categorize, or the category that we want to be able to put on data, is this default, whether they're going to default on the loan or not default on the loan. Now we calculated the entropy of the entire data set, and together we also calculated the entropy of credit rating, and we calculated the information gain on credit rating. But what a neat machine learning algorithm will do is calculate the entropy on each item or each possible question in your loan application, in your data set, in your training data. So I've gone ahead and done this here at Excel using pivot tables. So we've calculated the probability with these pivot tables. We've then calculated the individual entropy for each line item. And then we've proportioned this to get the entropy for the entire category. And then we calculated the information gain for this. Now what a machine learning algorithm is going to look for is the item that gives you the most information gain. So the item closest to 1. And we can see that from here, from salary, that we can see we have an information gain of 0.484. This is over and above just using the default, whether they default or not, as a question, and that was 0.991. Now the entropy for this is 0.5. And if we look in a little bit closer, one of the items has an entropy of 0. And this is that if a person has a low salary, it appears that they default on the loan all of the time. So this could be put as a yes or a no question in a decision tree. So we can see here, do you have a low income? If it's yes, we're going to reject it. If it's no, we're going to move on to the next question. Now we can also see quickly here that our credit rating, if somebody has a below average credit rating, they tend to default on the loan all of the time, and we have an entropy here of 0 as well. Now this would be our next question, as the information gain on this one is lower than this one, but we have this 0. So we can then put into our decision tree our next question. Do you have a below average credit score? As a yes or no answer. If the answer to this is yes, then we're going to reject it. If it's no, we're going to move on to the next iteration. Now we know that everybody with a low salary is going to default on the loan, and everybody with a below average salary is going to default on the loan. So on our next iterations, what the machine learning algorithm will do is remove these line items from the calculation, and it'll recalculate the entropy and the information gain on each item. Now we can see here that the information gain from salary is now 0. So this would not be our next question. The information gain on whether you have a high or an average credit rating is 0.073, but the highest information gain is if you're a homeowner or not a homeowner. And the information gain here is 0.71, so this is the highest, so this is the next question. But wait, we can home in on this question a little bit more and ask, are you a homeowner? Because if the answer to this question is yes, you are a homeowner, well then you're not going to default 100% of the time. From our training data, the person did not default on their loan. So the next iteration on our decision tree would be, do you own a home? And if the answer to this is yes, you would approve it. And if the answer to this is no, you would move on to the next iteration. Let's go back to our iterations again. And in our iterations, under our next question, we can see under our next question that if you have a high credit rating, you're not going to default on your loan. So again, we can go back to our decision tree and we can say, do you have a high credit rating? If the answer to this is yes, then you can approve. And then you can reiterate your data and you can rerun it, or you can decide if anything else is no, is a rejection. And that would end your decision tree. Now, just looking at our decision tree and what has happened is the algorithm has found the quickest route to get to a decision node. And a decision node is where you can exclude some data. So at the first question, we were straight away able to exclude anybody that has a low income. So they've been rejected straight away. Our second question also has a decision node where anybody with a below credit score has to be rejected. Our third iteration would be, do you own a home? And again, our decision will be yes if they do, and no. Let's move on to the next question in the decision tree. So that's how decision trees are created. Now, when a new loan application or when new data comes in, the new data is added to the model and the model is rerun. So the decision tree will continue to evolve and continue to learn and continue to change based on actual information or past experiences. And that's a very, very basic explanation, but I hope that gives you an idea of how a machine algorithm actually works.